After having one of the worst debate performances ever, Biden's campaign is on life support. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and today it is time to talk about the 2024 presidential election because everyone... Joe Biden had arguably one of the worst debate performances in history, not just in recent memory, no, possibly ever. It was awful. It seemed like every 5 seconds he was making mistakes, he was slurring his words, he didn't know where he was. It was bad. And even partisan Democrats realize this, and we're not just talking about one or two people. No. A good chunk of the Democrat Party is admitting, yeah, that performance last night was so bad that we may have to discuss replacements for Biden. Yeah, that's not a misquote. There's such a big panic within the Democrat Party that there are some suggesting, let us move on for Biden ASAP. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, I do want to be clear that I am not saying for 100% certainty that Biden will not be the nominee. I still think at the end of the day, you're going to see President Joe Biden run for re-election. Now, his chances of winning, I think, are all but dead at this point. Could it change? Maybe. But as of now, even many Democrats would agree that, yeah, he's in deep trouble. And that's why they're in a total panic, because they were not expecting what happened last night to occur. They really thought, we're going to win the first debate and we're going to gain momentum. As President Joe Biden was going over his final notes with his inner circle and getting ready to debate President Trump on June 27th in Atlanta, his wife slipped into a nearby meeting of the Democrat Party's biggest donors. The Biden Victory Fund of the Democratic National Committee's financial bigwigs had all assembled at the Ritz-Carlton as part of a two-day political briefing that featured emotional pep talks and FaceTimes with VIPs. Joe's ready to go, Dr. Biden told the group. He's prepared. Of course, Dr. Biden. We're still calling Joe Biden a doctor. Really? She's not a doctor. Can we stop pretending that she is? But either way, everyone was hyping this up. This wasn't just, oh, it was a bad performance, but everyone expected it. No. You had the First Lady and others going to these big donors and saying, oh, Biden's going to have a great performance. He's going to destroy Trump. It's going to be a glorious night. Fact check, false. Before midnight, Joe Biden would slog through 90 minutes of a debate against Trump that even Biden's closest allies privately admitted was a disaster. Yeah. It was so bad that a lot of people within the Democrat Party, not just some random staffer, we're talking about big donors, we're talking about party leadership, we're not talking about some random staffer no one heard about. And that's why this is just stunning, because I don't think we've ever heard anything like this before. I don't think we've ever seen a party in just 24 hours admit privately, oh yeah, we're screwed. But the fact is, it went public. That's a thing that makes this 100 times worse, because usually you don't hear this stuff. Usually you don't. It's just private meetings are like, okay, we had a bad debate performance, we're screwed, whatever. But the fact that it was so loud, like everyone admitting, yeah, this was bad. It was so prevalent that it leaked to the media, and not just one source. You had hundreds of different sources saying the same thing. We are screwed. Biden appeared every bit the 81-year-old grandfather that he is, stammering with a thin voice through unintelligible arguments and often staring blankly, mouth agape, as Trump lobbed one verbal attack after another. Those attacks by Trump, for his standards, were tame. But either way, the fact that even the freaking Time is admitting, yeah, Biden was just saying random stuff. No one could understand what he was saying. He was very quiet. It's like, that's not good. Biden froze up repeatedly and fumbled even some set-piece lines he had prepared in advance for the moment. So it wasn't just, he had a brain fart for one issue that, they never prepared for, which is possible. If that was the case, fine. That's one thing. But he did this like 3 or 4 times. He completely froze. He was staring around like he didn't know what was going on. But apparently, the things that he screwed up the most on were things we're supposed to say, the things that he practiced for. That's not good. That's not a good sign that a guy's just forgetting the basic stuff like, oh wait, what was I supposed to say about the economy? I don't know, I'm just gonna stare at everyone because I have no clue what to say. When fielding questions about the national debt, his answer was incomprehensible as he seemed to suggest super rich Americans should pay more taxes. We'd be able to make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do. Look, if we finally beat Medicare. Yeah. I screwed that up because what is he saying here? You're telling me that it was so bad that you can't even read it properly. We might have just seen possibly the biggest mental malfunction in history, at least for the debates, because when have we seen something so bad that you can't even read it properly? Because what is he even saying about we finally beat Medicare with COVID? It's like, what? What are you even talking about? And it just, the more you read it to what he said, the more confused you are. Because you can't even understand what he's saying. It's like one thing to say, okay, he misspoke, but at least you could understand what he was trying to say. I have no clue what he's saying here. Panic is not too strong a word to describe the sentiment that coursed through the Democratic Party from top to bottom as the debate unfolded. What the actual fuck is happening? One Democratic fundraiser texted. Yeah. This isn't some random person. This is a Democrat fundraiser asking, what the fuck's going on here? Like, what are we watching? Did we really send out our nominee in this state? Really? He can barely speak. He looks lost. And hell, after the debate, he couldn't walk properly. He needed help from his wife to get off the debate stage. I mean, the more you think about it, the more you realize that this guy is completely gone. And everyone finally saw it. Not just, you know, the far right. No. Anyone that watched the debate or even any clip of the debate, they realized immediately this guy is just gone. He's not all there. Across the room, another sent along something of a distress call and a hostage video at once. This won't be as bad for voters as it is for us, right? Yeah. This isn't just one person saying it. It's a bunch of people within the party realizing, oh my goodness, this is the president of the United States. This isn't just, you know, a fluke. This is consistent, but most people were denying it. They were like, there's no way there's something wrong with him. They really believed that he was there. But after last night's debate, everyone realized that, okay, he's not there. Far from it, in fact. In fact, he's gone completely. There's nothing left. He can barely speak properly. He can't walk off the stage correctly. And now Democrats are realizing we are screwed. You have fundraisers bailing. They're saying, we can't support this guy. From progressive to pragmatic, the verdict among Democrats was perhaps the most united the party's upper ranks have been in decades. Unintelligible must have been the closed captioning. For the entirety of Biden's performance, another senior Democrat strategist mused. It would have been the most honest. Almost immediately after it was over, Democrats started asking whether or how Biden could be convinced to bow out for the good of the party, for the nation, and for the candidate himself. Yeah. This isn't just some one-off occurrence. Apparently late last night, a bunch of top Democrats began talking, okay, how the hell do we get rid of this guy? Because it is getting so bad that if he stays the nominee, it's just going to get worse. Do you think it's going to get better? I mean, there's a possibility he doesn't make it through the year. I hope he does. I don't want him to die, but he's getting in such a bad shape that you have to start wondering, can he even make it through the election? I'm starting to have some serious doubts because yesterday was just so bad. It's like, dude, if you can't even speak properly, you don't know where you are, you can't walk properly. It's like, dude, you shouldn't be the president, let alone running for re-election. Does anyone really think he could serve another 4 years? No. And you would think anyone with an ounce of sanity would tell Biden, okay, we're done. You should drop out of the race and let the DNC deal with it. Just drop out of the race for your own good. But here's a part where I feel bad for Biden. One is, well, I think he has dementia. At this point in time, what else do you call this? Because a brain fart is a one-off occurrence in a great while, and it's for one thing. Whatever. It's a brain fart, fine. But if this is consistent, and this is not just for, you know, not just speaking, but thinking, for walking, just basic things he can't do properly. He slurs his words. It's like, okay, there's something going on here. That's the sad reality of it. And I do, just for the sake of Biden, he should just drop out for his own health, because if he somehow wins re-election, he's not going to at this point, but can you imagine how worse he's going to be off in 4 years, especially being the president? That's a lot of stress. And I know people are going to say, well, he doesn't actually run the country. Okay, fine. Maybe his inner circle does, which we'll get to in a minute. But either way, it's still a very stressful job being the president. And I just don't think it's good for him, or for the country, for him to be reelected. Now, as for his inner circle, I really believe they're forcing him to stay. And if they're not forcing him, they're kind of just going along with it. They don't care about Biden's health. They don't give a rat's ass with Joe Biden. I mean, they only care about themselves. This is the inner circle of Biden. It's power-hungry, delusional idiots. People like Joe Biden. That's the reality of it. It sucks, but it's true. They don't care about the president's health. They don't care about the country. They only care about themselves. And they're the reason Biden is staying in the race. I guarantee you, if Jill Biden and, let's say, Obama, they actually cared for Biden and, you know, they cared for the country, they would have convinced him to step down. But after last night, you know, how the inner circle responded, I don't think they care. I don't think they care if Biden dies in 4 years. They don't care about the guy. It doesn't matter to them. All they care about is power. That's his inner circle, and that's a big problem. His inner circle, the people that actually run the country, they're power-hungry and corrupt. They don't give a rat's ass about America. They don't care about Biden's health. They don't. And you got people like Jill Biden doing this for herself. I mean, seriously, would a good wife really push her husband to keep doing this? Really? This is insane. Any sane person would tell Biden, dude, you gotta step down. It's getting so bad that we are fearful for your health. It's gonna point out you may not survive the rest of your term, let alone serve another 4 years. It's that bad. But sadly, I doubt we're gonna see Biden dropping out. And even if he somehow did, Democrats are screwed no matter what they do. If they stick with Biden, they're gonna lose, as of now. If they get stuck with Kamala Harris, what do you think's gonna happen? She's gonna do even worse. Somehow she's more hated than Biden. And if they pick anyone else, let's say they pick Gavin Newsom. The problem is, you have to build an entire new campaign in what, 4 months? You can't just transfer all that money from the Biden campaign to Newsom's or whoever it is. So if you pick Newsom, Whitmer, whoever, they don't have the campaign infrastructure. And there's not enough time. Either way, I honestly don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, I don't know what Democrats do here. Because they are screwed no matter what. But this should piss everyone off that not only did these assholes hide this, because they've been trying to hide this for 4 years, that he's in decline, he's losing it, he can't serve. Not only that, but after the world, the entirety of the world saw what he looked like last night, they're doubling down on it. This should piss everyone off because it just shows they don't care. They don't care about Biden, they don't care about the country, they only care about themselves and stopping the Orange Man. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.